Hey friends, it's Michelle and I am back with another video. Sparkle, sparkle. It has been 1 month since I finished my dreadlocks, so I figured I would make a little video telling you guys everything you should expect during your first month with dreadlocks. Before I even started my dreads, I did so much research and watched a lot of videos like this one to figure out what to expect with dreads. So here we go. I hope this helps. Now, the first thing to expect, and in my opinion the most important thing to know about dreadlocks, is that they will not look the same today as they do tomorrow, or next month, or next year. There is so much development involved with dreadlocks that they are going to be constantly changing. So this is not what they looked like when I first started, and it's not what they're gonna look like in a month from now. Now, I did already do one full round of maintenance. By maintenance, I mean just taking your crochet hook and bringing in those stray hairs into your lock. That can cause your head to get a little sore, so that is another thing to expect. But yeah, if I hadn't done that maintenance, my hair probably would sit a lot flatter than it does now. You can see after I did all of the maintenance, it really tightened them up and stiffened them again. So they're kind of like sticking out like this, which is why I'm have them to the side like this. So yes, because of all of the development, some of these points in the first few months are not going to sound super fun, but stay around for the whole video to hear everything I have to say about this first month with dreads and why I still am in love with them so much. One thing to expect with dreadlocks is frizz. From the get-go, I knew I was going to be dealing with a lot of frizziness and hours of maintenance throughout time. And from what I've learned and researched, there is no true way to get rid of all your frizz. There are temporary ways you can tidy up your dreads, but the best thing you can do is embrace it and wait for them to mature. Because right now your dreads are new and loose and your hairs aren't gonna want to stay locked, they're gonna want to come undone. But from what I've heard, only time will tame the frizz. Another thing to expect with dreads is an itchy scalp. Now, this is not necessarily because they're dirty or anything. It's because you have a bunch of strands of hair constantly being pulled, so your head is being tickled and itched, so it causes irritation a little bit. That being said, another thing to expect is the possibility of dry skin. Now, I've never had a problem with dandruff or anything, but this can be caused because of the sudden change in your wash routine, as well as the fact that all of your oils are now concentrated into this little section here, rather than being dispersed throughout your whole head, which is going to cause a different reaction on your scalp. And it may cause your scalp to dry out a little bit. Going along with that, I know these are kind of personal and gross, but I get pimples in my hairline. And I'm starting to get them like under here as well. But now with the dreads, along with the dry skin, it's harder to clean up. Not because we're not washing our hair as often or anything. It just happens with dreadlocks because they're essentially little cages, little locks, if you will, that are containing these white pieces. I don't know. So that's another thing you'll have to get used to, is just having flakes and fuzz and lint in your dreads. I kind of like pat them out, kind of, you know. Look, you can probably see. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like pat them out like this. I try not to like pull, because then you can pull out all like your little hairs like that. You can take like tweezers to them if you want, and of course there are plenty of products out there that help with the dry skin. And I hope you know, and I hope everybody knows, that this is not because we are gross or unkept. It's just what happens with dreadlocks. Those are huge stereotypes. Dreadlocks are a lifestyle. It takes a certain type of care and a certain type of person, I guess, to really appreciate them, you know? But throughout just this first month, I've had quite a few people come up to me and ask me about or comment on my dreadlocks. And since I love my dreads and I have embraced the frizz and all, I was so excited to tell them why I did it, how I did it, when I did it. These were all questions people asked me. So expect people to ask you questions, even strangers. And I promise you, more times than not, it is not because they don't like them. I'm telling you, pretty much every time someone has commented on my dreads, it has been so positive and reassuring. One of the first people to comment on my hair was a lady that I've kind of known throughout work, and she looked at me and said, "What did you do to your hair?" I was like, "I dreaded it," thinking that she didn't approve. And immediately she was like, "It looks really good. How did you do that?" And I was like, "I used a crochet hook and, you know, I did this." And she was like, "That's really cool. How do you get it out?" And I was like, "You don't. It's a commitment." And she was like, "Oh, they look so cool. Like, I love it, you know." Another girl came up to me and asked me, "When did you get your dreads?" I said, "I finished them the beginning of the year." She was like, "Yeah, I thought they looked new." Not to be offensive or anything, like some people might be like, "They look new, you know?" But no, she was just observing that they look new. She obviously has had some sort of experience where she knows about dreads, so yeah. And then she continued on to say how they looked great, and of course these people could be lying to my face, but it's nice to get acknowledged every once in a while, right? More things to expect. The day-to-day frustrations of my old hair are gone. Doing my hair in the morning is so much easier. Buns, easy. Braids, easy. So much easier than straight strands of hair everywhere. You're not washing your hair as often, so your shower time is cut down, unless of course it's the day you're washing your hair. But on regular shower days, I just put my hair up and try not to get it wet. It's a breeze. Yes, they take a long time to dry, so just expect to adjust your shower schedule a little bit. Oh yeah, no more static. I couldn't stand staticky hair. That was one of the things that just set me off, you know. But this, there's no static and no more shedding, you know. Strands of hair everywhere, you know, down your back, in your coffee. No more strands of hair. It's great. It doesn't seem like there has been too much weight added yet, but I'm sure as time progresses and those strands get locked in here, it'll slowly start to weigh more. But I haven't noticed a weight difference in my hair at all. What else? I guess, I don't know if you are a insecure or self-conscious type of person, but for some reason my dreads gave me a lot of confidence that I wasn't really expecting this soon. I'm styling. I look good. Well, I think I covered everything. If not, I covered the majority of things to expect during this first month with dreads. And if I missed anything, make sure to comment down below with any dread questions you have, and I'll either answer them down there or in a future video. So make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video from me, and hit that thumbs up button if this video was at all helpful for you. Go check me out on Instagram at rebug39. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I was able to help you guys out, or at least give you a little insight on what it's like to have dreads. I'll see you next time, and good luck on your dread journey.